Hello everyone, this is Granny Gamester here with your beginner's guide to Conan Exiles 2021. Yes, and I will be playing on the PlayStation 4. And let's get started with how to survive. This is a survival game, and the object is to survive, build, and dominate. And we are in the survival stage of this game. So let's get started with what you're seeing on your screen. Now on the left hand side top corner you'll see 3 bars and 4 circles. The first bar, the light colored bar, is your experience points. So as I gain experience you'll see that bar move. Your second bar, the red bar, is your health, and the third bar is your stamina. Now your stamina is pretty important in this game. Anything that you do, you can see it go down quickly, and when you've used it all up you're penalized. Your screen turns white and all you can do is just small movements. So it's kind of dangerous if you run your stamina out in the middle of fighting enemies. You want to keep your eye on that. Now the circles, the first circle is your thirst. It's green right now, so I'm good. I'm not thirsty. But when that drops to yellow, that's kind of a warning that, yeah, you better be thinking about it. And when it gets down into the red, that means you're going to die of thirst. Slowly die of thirst. It's not a quick process, but you do die. The second one is the same, but hunger. So right now I'm good. And when it drops down to the red, I will die of starvation. Now the third one is your capacity to carry. Now this is important in the survival mode because you want to be able to carry materials as you build and start your new home, your new base. The fourth one is your temperature. Now right now you can see it kind of ranges more into the red, which is heat, and the blue is into cold. Now when it's in the red, you can die from overheating. When it's in the blue, the very bottom of the blue, you can freeze to death. So you want to kind of keep your eye on that, and you can change that by what you drink. If I drink water right now, it will cool me off. Eat ice, that kind of thing. If I'm in the cold, I'll want to drink a warming drink like tea or a spiced food. That will bring my temperature up. So that's what those mean. Now on the right hand side you'll see journeys, and it says climb, drink, and eat. And this is kind of a guide on what you need to do next, or what you need to learn to do next. And you do get experience points for these, so you kind of want to do them. They're not mandatory, but the first one is climb. So we go up to this, and it tells you to press square to interact. Now on the bottom left hand corner you'll see for the PlayStation controller, it shows you which buttons to push to do what. So if you want to toggle sprint, you press down on your L3 and you can run. Jump and climb is your X button. To pick up anything you want to hit your square button, and for your shortcuts you want to hold down on your L1, which is this, and this is like your hotbar. So then when you press down on the right side of your touchpad on your PlayStation controller, it'll bring up a whole new menu here, and at the very top you can see inventory, attributes, feats, stats, journey, clan, followers, and map. So we're going to take a look at the inventory. As you can see, I don't have anything in my inventory yet. I have not picked up anything, but it gives me my name. It gives me my level, which is a level 2. And it has sorted by custom, and you push down on your right stick, and I can change the organization of my inventory from the heaviest first. I can sort it by custom, or I can sort it by name of item. And then of course the next thing you see is the capacity to carry. Right now it's 0%. I can't carry anything. And then it has L3. You press down on that and it will just bring up your weapons if you like. It'll just bring up your armor. It'll just bring up your items, your materials. It'll bring up your food, and it'll bring up home items. to bring up all. You just want them all lit up, and it will show everything in your inventory. The next panel shows your character. I am at full health, 200. I am at 100 stamina, and it shows me by percentage of thirst, which is 46. And same with food, I'm 55, and it shows my armor, which I have none, which is 0, and armor weight is light. As of I do not have any clothes, so we gotta remedy that. And then we have crafting on the right hand side. Now this shows you everything that you can craft at the beginning of the game, and again you can sort those to show any way you would like. So if I press down on my R3, I'm sorry. Let's scroll over here. I don't have any armor, and these are also, it shows you the DLCs. If you have any of them, that's what's showing up now. But if I scroll to showing all, it'll show everything that I can craft right now. So as you can see, if I want to craft some clothes right off the bat, I need some plant fiber. So in order to do that, you just go up and you see these plants here. You just want to run up to those, and it'll instruct you to interact by using your square button, and you can pick those up and look in your inventory, and you have bugs, insects, you have plant fiber, and you have seeds. Now the insects you can eat for food. Ew. Yeah, but you can. So we're going to eat these. It gives us a little bit, not a lot, but yeah, it's very helpful in this beginning stage. So you want to go around and pick up stones and these plants to start out. And then this is really important. You don't want to miss this right here. This first rock right here with this skeleton attached to a pole here. It's kind of like a marker. So as you step up to this, you can see it says press square to interact. So you grab this water skin, which is important, and this will show up in your inventory right here. So if you press your square button, you will use that. Now you can see down on the bottom of this little panel, it says sealed water skin, a sealed leather skin for storing water. It's a utility. It tells you the durability of it, the weight of it. And then down on the bottom, it tells you if you want to drop it, you press your triangle. If you want to use it, you press square, and R will give you more information about it if you want. So we're going to press square. We want to take a drink here. So as you can see, our thirst circle is now in the green again, which we want. You want to also pick up this letter and listen to what he says.
Ruins of the past. There are others here, slaves, bandits, and cannibals.
Now we are headed to what they is referred to as the New River. This is where all beginners start. And I will pull this up on the map for you.
I cannot go on.
Whoops.
The life that I left.
And you can reach the map by using your right directional button on your PlayStation controller, or you can pull up your whole inventory map here and scroll to map if you want. But we are right here. Everybody starts here. You want to head towards the New River, which is this right here. Now you can build anywhere along this river, but I'm going to show you the best place I think there is to build because it has everything, and that's what you want to look for when you're looking for a place to set up your base. You want to look for wood, stone, food availability, water, aloe plants, you know, those kinds of things to help you survive the beginning of this game. So you want to follow this road, and as you go, you want to pick up these items. We're going to run up here and get some. As you can see, my stamina has ran out again, so I cannot run when my stamina runs out. Now I may have enough to clothe myself, so we're going to check that out. We have 9 plant fibers, and crafting each item of clothing over here on the crafting section takes 2. So we're going to craft some coarse foot wraps. Now in order to craft 1, all I need to do is hit my X button. And I can set these up in the cache, so I can actually instruct it to make more. So I can make up to 2 here. And as I make these, they will put them on my person, on my character, so I don't have to do that. So we want to grab some more plant fiber here. So we'll grab this. This guy scares you, but he just flies off. He doesn't do anything. Nah. He's just there to intimidate you, and he does. Okay, so let's finish making our clothes. We want some pants, and we want a shirt. And can we make an axe? No, we need some twigs, some branches to make an axe. So again, you want to pick as much of this as you can on your journey to the river. And I have gained a level. Yay. Now as you gain a level, oh, now we have this person here. And these little journals are important. You find these on the ground. You'll see this press to interact button. That'll kind of alert you that something is there, because when you walk by it, that will pop up. So you want to pick that up and listen to what this person has to say.
There was something in
when the game first came out, there were sandstorms here to begin with. They don't do that anymore. They come a little later in the game. They give you time now to kind of
to work crafting rudimentary weapons and torches,
deal with
the
that.
stones and rough plants that dot this place. I've yet to meet a beast that liked fire or the bite of the axe.
Okay, now we're gonna make our way to the river, and you can see we're running into some palm trees now, so we're getting into some civilization here. So we're gonna go up here. We're not gonna step down into there yet. There's some things we need to do. We need to pick up these sticks because we need to make an axe. We need to make some tools so we can get some wood and some stones. Alright, we're going to take another drink from our skin because we're getting pretty low. We're going to eat these couple of bugs here, kind of stave off the hunger a little. And we are going to make an axe. Now, as you can see, I've picked up enough branches and I have enough stones, so we're going to craft an axe. And then we need to pick up some more branches in order to craft a pick. Alright, so we now have some credit for crafting a tool. So we're going to, well, they did put it in our hotbar automatically. So let's just grab our axe. And if you use an axe to cut down a tree, you will get wood and branches. And we need the branches right now. So it tells you how many you get for each strike of the tree. So I got 1 branch and like 7 wood. So now I should have enough to make the stone pick, which I will craft 1 of those. And if I use the stone pick to cut this tree down, I will get bark. So very important. So if you're out looking for bark, which you will use in one of the stations, you need to use the pick for that. So I have gained a couple of levels, so I want to go back into my menu here, and I want to scroll over to attributes. Now I have gained 5 attribute points. So what I want to do is put those into encumbrance right away, because you are going to need to be able to carry quite a bit of materials to start your first base. and make everything you need to make. So those first few I would put into encumbrance right away. Now the feats, there are a few categories here. As you can see right on the top, it tells me what level I am, which is level 5, how many points I have available to me for feats, and I haven't spent any. And the first row of things that I can learn, and that's what feats are, they're recipes to learn. So the first one is for building. The second one, no, actually the first one, it kind of covers a little smattering of all the areas. So survival, weapons, religion, armor, etc., etc. The second one, using my R1 button, will scroll over to building. This shows you all the things that are available to me to build. And then we have decorations. So the torchbearer is in here too, which you will need that later on. But all the things to make furniture and that sort of thing, which you'll need later. And then this one's important. This is your survival one, and this is where you need to make your tools and your benches and your healing and all of that. That's pretty important. And then you have your weapons and shields and armor, your religion, and search. So what I want to learn to do, first thing, let's go back into my feats, and I want to make a weapon, be able to make a weapon. So I'm using my feat points to learn how to make swords. And as you can see on the right hand side, if I learn this recipe, I will now know how to make a stone sword and a stone club. So I'm going to go ahead and check that. And the ones that I'm able to learn will show up in yellow. And once I learn those, they will turn green. So if they're green, you've already learned them. If they're yellow, you can learn them. If they're red, you can't learn them either because you're not a high enough level or you don't have enough points available. So we want to learn how to make a shield. And we are getting low on water and food. But first, I want to make a weapon if I can. But I need stone and I need twine. Now twine you can make right from your crafting menu. And it takes 3 plant fibers to make. So it tells me on the bottom of that I can craft 4 of them by pressing the triangle. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I need stone. So you can also take your pickaxe and you can whack these big stones. And as you can see, I will get 6 or 7 stones per hit, which is wonderful. So now I have like 104 pieces of stone on me. So let's see if we have enough now. No, I still have to make a little more twine, huh? So we need to pick some more twine here. Now, once you step down into here, you will start seeing animals and humanoids and those kinds of things. So yeah, you want to be kind of alert and vigilant. But what you should have available right away is a weapon and a shield. Because the first thing we want to do is get a better source of food. So we want to be able to protect ourselves. And did I get some bugs? Yes, I did. Now, as you can see, my hunger is in the red. So as soon as I eat some of these bugs, it's back up into the yellow a little bit. I don't know if I have any more water in my canteen. Yes, I do. So, yeah, let's drink that water. That puts me back up into the green. So I'm still good. So again, let's go over into our crafting. And let's make some twine. We can make 8 now. We're going to go ahead and do that. And now we can make our stone sword. I want one of those, and I want a shield, a wooden shield, which I can make. So I want to make one of each of those. And we're going to put our axe down in here. Now I also like to put my water skin down in my quick menu here. And you do that by grabbing it from your inventory. You highlight it, you press down on your L1, and then you scroll to the place you want to place it in your quick bar here. So now it's there. And as you can see, now I have my weapon, and now I have my shield. Now, no matter what kind of weapon you prefer as a newbie, and if you've never played a survival, I would suggest you start with a shield and sword first. I think they're pretty important. They're easy to use, and you can defend yourself with a shield. But in my opinion, the best way to defend yourself is to run. Don't be afraid to run. If you get into a situation you don't think you can handle, by all means run away. Yeah, do that. Now, those guys off in the distance are shalebacks. Now, shalebacks will not attack you unless they're purple or they're red. These guys that are just green are not aggressive. Now, the nice thing about these guys is they have eggs. Oh, they killed a imp. This is a dead imp in their nest. But they're not going to bother us. So we're going to grab these eggs. And these eggs are very nutritious. It's right here in your inventory, and you just want to eat those. Press your square button and you'll eat those. And as you can see, that brings my hunger circle right up there. Now, you can kill these bunnies, but they just give you hide, usually, sometimes meat. But these are aloe plants, and this is the next important thing you need to make. Besides your clothes and your weapons, grab those plants when you come across them. And I probably have enough already to make. But before you start, just check around, make sure nothing is going to come and get you. And then go into your inventory, scroll over to your crafting, and scroll all the way to the bottom. And to the right here, you'll see a weak aloe extract. Now, it takes 3 aloe plant leaves to make one of these potions. Now I can make 4, so I'm going to go ahead and make 4 right away. And these are healing potions. So if you get hurt, damaged, and your health bar is down, this is how you replenish it. And the old Conan game, that was not there. You didn't have that luxury. So I think this is a incredibly helpful feature in this game. Yeah. And there's another little bunny. So I'm just going to pick up a few of these. I've got 14 to 15 and I'm going to pick up a few more. Okay, so let me show you where we are on the map. Now we're right here. Where I want to go is up here. This is, in my opinion, the best place to start. So when you're looking for a place on the New River to build your first little home, make sure that you have wood available, you have water, you have food, you have aloe plants, and you have iron ore nodes. Those are the things that are going to be hard to come by. Now, there are quite a few up in this area, but I have a system that I do that I'm going to show you. There are nodes all along the side of this river. They're spread out, but to make a run for those is really worth your while, because up here is where the good stuff is. A lot of it. So we're going to cover that later, but this is the best way to start out in this game that I know of, that I have found, and I have played over 1,800 hours of this game. So that is by far the easiest, I think, the best place to start out and build and branch out from there. Now you can drink right from the river, so we're going to do that. All you need to do is step into the water and hit your square button, and you can also fill your water skin from here. So just highlight it and hit your X button and it fills your water skin for you. Easy peasy. Now we're going to eat a couple of these eggs that I just picked up. And also you saw that kind of a icon kind of thing. It said the Sentinels. That's these 2 statues here. Now throughout this map, those will pop up. And they are points of interest on the map. So that showed up right here. So as you go along, you'll be highlighting all of those. And those are quite handy. when you want to know exactly where you are. So now we should be able to defend ourselves against any kind of enemies that are out there. I would not advise you as a newbie to try to take down a human. There are camps scattered about. There's small camps. There's one right there with only 2 humans there, and they're Defaris, I believe. You want to kind of avoid them for now until you've had time to practice with your sword and shield. And there's an alligator, and I would advise avoiding them as well. What you want to do right now is just head towards your first base where you want to set that up. And there's a couple of guys right there, so you want to go this way just to avoid them a little bit. No sense in aggravating them if you don't have to. And if you come across aloe plants or shaleback nests, by all means, pick up the eggs and the aloe plants. And there's a nest right over there. And now these guys are just green. Most of them are right here along this side of the river, so you really don't have to worry too much. There's another camp right there. We're going to avoid them by going this way, but I'm going to eat my eggs first. So that's put me right into the green. That's good. Now I have had a problem with a little stuttering in my game here. I don't know why, and I do apologize for that. But they seem to be kind of brief. Yeah, it does a little frame dropping, I think. I have not played on the PlayStation 4 for a while. I usually play on the PC, but that may be the reason. So I'm going to pick some more of these as I'm going along. You can also pick these palms. So we're going to grab some of those along our way. Now these right here, these will give you vines. I'm going to chop this down with an axe. As you can see, I've got wood. Well, this one didn't. Of course it didn't. Ooh, we got a fight going on over here. And this is quite comical. You'll see this as you go along. Imps will fight shaleback, etc. Usually the shalebacks will win. Oh, here's another nest. Wonderful. Now there is another food source that you can depend on, and that's these little grubs here, these little fat grubs. You can also eat those. So we're going to eat one, and we're going to eat these 3 eggs. Yeah, it's almost full, so we're pretty good to go. Let's check and see where we are on our map. Yeah, we're almost to where I want to be. There's another big old... Oh, see that big shaleback right there? Now he's going to have blue eyes. Yeah, he's going to come right after me right away. You want to run away from this guy ASAP. Yeah. He's what they call or refer to as a demonic shaleback. Yeah, and he will chase you, but not into the water. So if you get into a situation like that, where you run into one of those demonic ones, just run into the water. He won't follow you into the water. Yeah, I think he left. Yeah, always make sure they're not following you. You don't want any surprise attacks. Now there is another little village up here underneath the bridge, so we're going to want to avoid that one. We'll grab a couple more of those. And we have a shaleback, and I do believe this is one of the tribesmen fighting him. Ooh, let's grab those eggs, as long as we're right there. And this is the bridge that just showed up as an icon, and I'll show you where that is. It's the Shattered Bridge, and this is where we want to be. So we're not too far. And coming up on my right is one of the reasons why I like to build in this area, and I will cover that in the next tutorial, the next guide. For beginners, see that guy over there with the alligator? He's pretty important. He's going to be very important to you. So there's our little island that we want to build on. Now you can swim. So we're just going to swim right over there. And on my left there are a little group of shalebacks. Now you don't want to build right where they are, because if you do, they'll disappear. And you want them. That's going to be your food source. So they're going to be handy to have. So the first thing we want to do when we get to this little area is build our fire. So we want to scroll over to crafting, and you can see we don't have it in here. So that means we don't have it as a feat. We haven't learned that yet. So we want to scroll over to feats, and we want to scroll down to survival, and there's our primitive cook feat. And we learn the campfire from that. It's going to cost me 1 point. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then, yeah, there's nothing else I want right now. And be very careful about how you spend your feats on what you learn. Like right now, I'm not going to use a bow, so I don't want to highlight that and waste my feat points, because you can only get 50% of these items from the number of feat points you will get from achieving level 60. So you can rearrange them later on. You can reappoint them, which is very helpful. But for now, yeah, be careful what you choose for that. So now this should be in our crafting, which is right there. We're going to make our campfire, and that will probably show up in our quick menu as soon as it's made. There it is. Now, in order to set these down, you have to, whatever you want to set on the ground, you have to put into your hotbar to set it down. So for instance, let me put this, let me put this back into my inventory, and I did that by pressing square. It's now in my inventory, so to get it into my hotbar and place it on the ground, I need to highlight it, hit my L1, place it in my hotbar by hitting X. Now it's in my hotbar. Now I can pick it up and put it on the ground. That's the only way that you can place something. So now that we have our fireplace, we need some substantial food. And this is why I didn't want you to build too close to these guys, because this is going to be your first food source. So we want to put our sword on and our shield. And these guys are not hostile unless you pick on them first. Whoops. So we want to put our shield on. I just kicked. And we want to just walk up to him. And if you press down on your right stick, you can lock on. Now you can see right where my pointer is on him. It's a little dot with 2 parentheses around it. And if I click off lock on, and you can see I move around, it's not locked onto him. The dot is just on him. Once I press down on that, it locks onto him. So now I constantly stay locked onto him. And this is what you want to do. And also these weapons have, now he's going to do that. When he does that, you want to dodge. And you want to put up your shield. And to do that, you press down on your L2 button. And that'll bring your shield up. Now as soon as he does that, that's the time to go in and get him. There. And he's down. Not too terrible. Not too terrible. So then you want to hack him up here. So we grab an axe. And we hit him. And we get hide and bone. And more hide. We didn't get meat off this guy. So we need to get another one. Because they do drop meat. And there's one right there. And there's a baby. You can kill the babies. But they just give you hide usually. Now he's going to... Oh, now we got 2. Oh, yeah. Now, if these two are more than you want to handle, just take your lock off and run into the water until they stop falling. But you can take two down. Now, roll out of his way when he does that jump up thing. Now, I'm taking some damage here. Took some more from this guy. But, you know, they're not too terrible. So I'm just going to keep whacking away at them until I get them. And again, if it looks like you're not going to be able to do it, run into the water. Now, I did take some damage there. You can see it in my health bar. So all I need to do is go into my inventory. Oops, it probably showed up in my bar. Yes, it went to my hot bar. But this is my weak aloe extract. So all I need to do is highlight that, let go of the button, and I drink it. And it fills my health bar. Almost. Not quite, but almost. So that's how you heal yourself. Easy peasy. Ah, are we going to get any meat? There we go. There's some meat. All right, we got 4 pieces of meat and hide. So let's go over to our little fireplace here. And as you can see, the campfire needs fuel to burn, to cook anything. So you want to put some wood in there. And you can split this stack in half too. And all you have to do is hit your L1 button, and it brings up a little thing there where you can split or you can get information on it. So just hit your X button, it will split it in half for you, and you could put this by using your R2 back into your inventory. So I just want to highlight that and put it up into my fuel spot. So I have 7 minutes and 30 seconds. And then I just want to hit my R2 button, and that'll put the meat in there. And then you don't want to forget to actually start the fire. So you want to get up here, you want to highlight this right here. Whoops, get back up there, you. Right there. You want to hit that with your X button, and it'll start the fire. If you forget to do that, it won't cook your meat. You'll wonder why it's not cooking. That's why. You gotta start the fire. So as it cooks, you can grab these and pop them into your menu. Hit your square button and eat. And voila, you have survived. You know now how to make food. Substantial food. It's awesome. So there you have it. You are ready. You have survived. You know how to eat, get your food, you know how to protect yourself, you have clothing, and you have the building spot. So yeah, next guide I'm going to cover how to build. Now we know where and why. So now we're gonna build and make a bed, etc., etc. So all right. Well, if you found this helpful, please give me the big old like, and if you'd like to see more, just subscribe. And if you hit the little bell, you'll be notified when I post my next video. Well, all right, guys. Hope you found it helpful. And yeah, until next time, GG out.